Welcome to Purchase Presents, a program made by students, for students, the campus community, and the community at large. This new show reports on the best and brightest Purchase College has to offer. My name is Yves Alphonse.
And I'm Haley Gunning. We've got a very special show for our very first episode. We'll be taking a look at some very exciting things that have been happening at Purchase College.
We'll see a little bit of the performance by the Purchase Symphony Orchestra and speak with their conductor, Mina Kim.
We'll be looking at the Rare Disease Symposium, which was recently held at Purchase College.
We'll have a feature on the long-anticipated Center for Media, Film, and Theater building.
We'll also take a peek at some personal enrichment courses being offered by our School of Liberal Sciences and Continuing Education.
And lastly, we'll take a visit to Purchase College's new food pantry.
Our first story focuses on the Purchase Repertory Theater. We'll hear from Jack Tambori, the director of the Conservatory of Theater Arts, about 3 recent performances of Helen, Bastille Day, and Bibles and Candy at the Purchase Repertory Theater Festival.
Each production uniquely showcases the Purchase College Theater program, and the BFA program gave the performances of a lifetime.
So without further ado,
grab a seat for Purchase Presents.
The BA in Theater and Performance, the BFA in Theater Design and Technology, and the BFA in Acting are the 3-degree programs that I administrate. And I am also this fall directing a production in Theater Arts' season. So I'm directing a play called Helen by the playwright Ellen McLaughlin, and it is going up in rotating repertory with 2 other shows. What I love about the Fall Festival is that we get to do intimate contemporary work.
I think the most rewarding experience that I've had throughout this season is just getting to collaborate with everyone. I got to co-design with peers and also learn what it takes to be a designer.
We get really beautiful training in trusting ourselves so that we can trust each other to bring the most beautiful, concise, truthful performance to our audiences, because that's what matters.
I would love for audiences to feel like they have really gotten to know the students who have made these plays. Each actor in the class gets a really meaty and specific role on stage. The design students have gotten to work considering a very close proximity to the audience, and I'm excited about that. I'm also particularly excited because one of the shows in the festival, Bastille Day, is a world premiere, and it was written by Edwidge Danticat, who is the Durst Distinguished Chair in Literature, who doesn't write many plays, but she wrote this one, and we get to do it here at Purchase for the first time.
We have a saying in the play, Busan Paweo.
Busan Paweo. For those who are not here.
For the audience, I think having them see that and having them reflect on their lives of who they've lost and who, those names that aren't said for them. I think that's a big main point about this production.
I think that what sets the Purchase Conservatory apart is that it is competitive, high-level professional training that is affordable to in-state students.
What makes this conservatory different from others, I think, is the amount of work ethic that Purchase actors have. We have a different mindset. We have like this down and gritty mindset of like digging into a character, digging into these processes and really taking in everything and having that level of professionalism and that level of work ethic that I think is so special to our program.
The scale at which we produce and the number of shows that we produce is very specific, and it's based on curriculum. Our faculty have determined that this is the number of experiences that our students need to have in order for us to be able to call our program a competitive professional training program.
The faculty here is absolutely incredible. We truly have the most talented group of faculty ever, and everyone here cares about you so deeply.
Freshman year, especially for the conservatory kids, you're just a sponge and you just want to absorb every single knowledge you can get. And it's just a big place to learn and take everything in.
They're also learning about production process, and they're learning about producing within a larger institutional structure.
This program asks a lot of you, it expects a lot of you, but only because you can do it. You're accepted here because the faculty believes in you and because the other students here believe in you. So believe in yourself and push yourself to do the best that you can every day. It's just a lot of fun to be a part of the process and to work with all these designers and all these other students and be able to learn from each other.
You just need to talk to people because it's all about communications at the end of the day. Be nice to people, learn, teach others, and it's just have fun with it and just know what you're going into.
Purchase is a great place for really artistic kids who are trying to figure things out, and you don't have to know for certain if this is what you want to do or not, but it's a great place to push yourself to find it. And I think for incoming freshmen, I would just say be open to the experience and communicate with as many people as you can because there's a lot to be learned. It's at least a program here for a lot of the conservatories where it's very collaborative, and the more that you can reach out and talk to people, the more you can learn from their experiences and help it benefit you.
It is really important to us that the kind of rigor, the kind of constant attention to multiple levels of work on multiple different productions simultaneously that they're going to be experiencing in the field, that they get that experience starting now.
None of the gods could get anything done.
I came here to find myself, and I really believe that I found her. So I'm excited to go out into the industry and share that in any way that I can.
You know, I came in having this idea of, okay, I'm going into one of the top conservatory programs in the country, but actually being here and actually going through it, you know, you discover so much about yourself and so much about what you can offer to the world, and I think that's the biggest thing that I've taken away from these past 3 years.
Our next piece highlights a performance by the Purchase Symphony Orchestra and will go behind the scenes with their brazen conductor, Mina Kim, who uses music to enrich the lives of both performers and audience members alike.
My name is Mina Kim. I'm the conductor of Purchase Symphony Orchestra. I organize and conduct a concert every month with PSO members. This season, we are opening with Schubert, Huza, and Dvorak Cello Concerto with Yoongi Lee, the winner of the concerto competition last year. So our program is blessed with dedicated and accomplished faculty who are committed to the Purchase music program and put great efforts in supporting students with care and knowledge. Best of all, Purchase program provides numerous performance opportunities for motivated students, including solo, chamber, chorus, opera, orchestra performances. We have more great repertoires throughout this season, and I would love to invite all of you to join our memorable concerts.
Coming up next is our feature on the Rare Disease Symposium, recently held at Purchase College, which was presented in partnership with the Westchester Biotech Project. As our Dean Ross Daly so aptly put it, although Purchase has a predominant reputation as an art school, we also have some of the best science programs in the nation.
The Rare Disease Symposium was a gathering of people in the biotech industry in Westchester County, and obviously they were dealing with rare diseases. And it was a number of different companies, doctors, medical operations that came to campus to talk about this problem.
The goals, as far as I'm concerned, are to bring awareness to rare diseases. 30 million Americans are affected by rare disorders that currently many of which don't have treatments. So today is about bringing people together to understand a little bit about what's needed to bring those treatments and cures.
There were two main reasons we did the symposium here at Purchase. One was to get our students exposed to this field, because a lot of students are interested in biotech work. So it was a chance for them to meet the people who are doing this in the area, and perhaps to discover an internship or even a job opportunity. But the other reason was to expose the biotech industry to Purchase, because everyone knows Purchase for the arts, but we have these really strong science programs that aren't as well known, but they should be. So it was a good chance for us to put our students in front of the biotech people. So the people who are outside Purchase got to see, wow, Purchase has some really smart science people.
Now, let's take a sneak peek of the long-anticipated Center for Media, Film, and Theater building. We spoke with faculty who were instrumental in the execution of the building's intended functions, and we'll take you on a tour of some of the new facilities.
My name is Joseph Meheil. I am the coordinator of new media and a professor. I'm an associate professor of new media. In this building, I teach a class called New Directions of Virtual Space. We're teaching a game engine called Maya. Not game design, we're teaching more how to be creative with that tool rather than just make another game. A bunch of departments needed more space, so everyone needed to expand. So it wasn't like we're replacing spaces we already have. We're like, oh, finally able to kind of breathe into like having more room. But I was really pushing for the senior room right from the beginning. That was like the thing that I felt like from the start here that we really needed, that I saw in other schools I was at, that senior programs had a space where they could actually get some work done and call their own.
My name is Paula Halprin. I am the new director of Film and Media Studies. FMS is a great school. I'm very proud of it. I think we have amazing faculty. I also think we have amazing students, and I can tell that because I've been teaching across, the board in many different programs. And it's a building that, for example, for FMS is great because it helps integrating the programs inside, right? So we have new media, we have film, we have cinema studies. Not only we are all together here, in our everyday life, but we have a particular program that is the film and video production, is a minor, that puts together students from screenwriting, cinema studies, and majors outside of film and media studies.
I am the film minor equipment manager, and I also teach a few classes in screenwriting and film production. The screening room is the jewel of the program in my mind right now. The guy who built that room also put together 3 of the theaters at Jacob Burns, and it's very much like walking into a Jacob Burns room. It's a microfiber screen. We've got Dolby surround sound. There's speakers behind the screen. It is a full theater experience when you're in there. It's very comfortable. It's very dark. The sound is superb. And we have a 4K projector and lots of different ways to access material for people to project.
There's been this real push on campus to not be so siloed, to have labs opened up and shared, and different departments sharing resources and spaces. But a building like this is a great place because we can have a fresh start, because there are no rules set up yet. This lab isn't designated for X or Y or Z. It's an open lab, and we can figure out how different syllabuses work in it. So it's kind of nice that way, in that it really is a blank slate, and the people who are wanting to share can come in and share with each other.
A way to create a more productive dialogue about the issues that we have here is to have students from different programs together, taking classes, but also, having lunch in the same space. It's friendly, it's beautiful, it has amazing technology, so it really offers something new that the rest of the buildings don't.
As far as integration of the campus in this space, one of the biggest places where we have an opportunity to do that is the small soundstage. Anyone can book that. Again, it will require some walkthrough, but that's a space that you can make a serious film project, whether you're a film major or not.
But I think the building should be housing activities that are not specifically academic, that we should have screenings organized by the students, yes, with academic purposes, but initiatives that come from the students, that is not just a building intended to teach, but it could be used for other things that enrich the student's life.
I mean, the building feels really special, like as far as it just feels like it was, it took a while to get this building done, but it feels like an upgraded part of our campus. I want to see more students down here. I don't feel like we see enough students down here yet. I still have some of my students ask me, what is CMFT? Like they have no idea even what it is. So CMFT is this building, and it would be great to see more students coming down and like looking around and figuring it out.
Our next story will give us a glimpse into some personal enrichment courses available at Purchase. These classes are not just open to matriculated students, but also to the general public, alumni, retirees, and faculty and staff as well.
My name is Fernando Martinez, and I teach the continuing ed woodworking introductory class. It's basically the basics of woodworking. The more you do that, the better you get at what you're doing. And then, when you do something thick, you master it, it doesn't master you. I love the idea of the continuing ed, though, because I think it's a good resource for the community. So for people for the community to come and see what Purchase is like, I think is really great.
I'm Arnie Kastenbaum, and this is a continuing ed class. It's a workshop called Inspiration and Vision. It's a photography class. It's a continuing ed class, so anyone with a heartbeat can show up. Often it is folks who are retired and looking to expand and change their view of the world and learn more. But in this class, for example, although it's a wide range, one student is a junior in high school. And 2 students are retired bankers, and there's a few in between. So it's different folks. The common bond is they want to do this, and they want to be involved in learning more about how to make their photographs cooler.
This has given me an opportunity to work in a shop that has actually the equipment and the materials that I wanted to work with and learn what it's like to actually just use these things in the real world instead of just watching a video or trying it myself in my basement or out in my driveway.
I am here because I cannot accomplish my goals without this course and these resources. This provides an environment where, as long as I make the right choices, I can flourish.
It's not like you're teaching a required class at high school or college where it's, someone just like wants to get through. They're very engaged. And since this is a workshop where there's a great deal of back and forth, we spend a lot of time talking about images, why they're interesting, why they're not interesting. Having people who want to be here makes this wonderful.
I very specifically wanted to do this because my son is going to college next year, and I asked him if he would join me on this Sunday mornings, couple of hours for a few months, so we would have some time together, and then also he would go off to school with some kind of practical knowledge for working with his hands.
First cut.
So yeah, this is not the first class I've taken here. It probably won't be the last. I know that even in the field of woodworking, there's additional opportunities that are already on offer, and I'm sure that if I got good at it this time around, they might have an intermediate course or something like that.
I didn't know what to expect walking into an environment that I had no idea what existed in it, but now that I've seen this and the guidance that is here, I definitely plan on taking further courses.
Did you know that Purchase College has its very own food pantry? We'll be visiting the food pantry located in the Learning Center, which distributes good quality, readily available food to Purchase College students who do not have consistent access to groceries.
So our food pantry at Purchase College started in January of 2019 on behalf of the governor of the state of New York and with the help of our chancellor to push food security for college students. Collectively, we in higher education and within the SUNY system have been noticing that students have been struggling with food insecurity and finding the battles between purchasing food but also the high demands of society, whether that's paying tuitions, books, or just everyday living expenses.
I think it's a great idea, especially if people who commute don't have time to get food just because of what that adds to their schedule, or people who just don't have access in general. I think it's really beneficial.
I think it's a good thing because a lot of students like going through financial issues, especially with student loans and stuff like that, and the meal plans. I think it's a good idea.
We created a pantry where students can go and pick up and utilize donations from our community. So we have a variety of food down there, from oatmeal to pastas to rices to different types of vegetables, canned soups, dairy products, where our students can find that support that they need to make sure they can make everyday ends meet. There are no restrictions for our food pantry on campus. So as long as you show your ID and that you're a student, then you have access to the pantry.
So, that's our show for today.
We hope Purchase Presents encourages you to learn more, visit more, and experience more of the extensive programming that Purchase College has to offer. Thanks for watching.
See you next month.